Hi friends, welcome back. Today I wanted to talk with you guys about my skincare routine. I am so religious about the way I wash my face, especially now that I am in my 30s and I want to start taking care of my skin and continue to take care of my skin. So I'm going to talk to you guys today about what I use and how I use it. I feel like as somebody with alopecia, I am way more self-conscious about my skin now because obviously I don't have any hair on my head, so it acts a little bit differently. But I'm definitely way more conscious of my skincare and what I do for my skin to help take care of it. So I usually have two routines. I do a day and night, obviously, but then I switch it up whenever the weather starts to get colder and then whenever it starts to warm up again. But I'm gonna go over everything with you guys of what I use and when I use it in this video. So full disclosure, all of the products that I use are from a brand called Drunk Elephant. I will link everything in the description on what I use. All of the products, I use basically their entire line. It's just what I found that works really well for me over the past couple of years. I've used other things like CeraVe, Cetaphil, and they're nice, but this is what I see the most results with, and because it's all the same brand, it kind of all works together. So as much as it pains me to spend money on a moisturizer, I'm also, like I said, at the age where I'm like, okay, it's fine, and it lasts me a really long time if you use it properly, so it's not so bad. Also, I apologize for the glare on my glasses. I already took my contacts out and I can't see anything without them, so my bad. So first up, I always wash my face with the Jelly Cleanser. This cleanser I use twice a day. I do wash my face twice a day, once in the morning or like whenever I shower, and then once in the evening. If I shower in the morning, then I wash it in the morning, but if I don't, alternate, whatever, I wash my face twice a day. Whenever I do wash my face, I don't need much. I need like a dime size amount for my entire face. It doesn't foam up as much as you would think it would. So if you're going to use this product, it may not foam up on you, and that's okay. It might foam a little bit, like mine barely does. But honestly, you don't really want a lot of foam because that kind of is what dries your skin out. Like if you ever use a face wash or something on your face and it like immediately dries your skin out and you feel like your skin's tight, you don't really want that. A little bit of that is okay, but you don't want that. So this is great because it's a nice balance in between, and I feel like my skin is actually clean afterwards. So once it's mostly mixed, I take the entire glob and put it on my finger, and then I actually sorry, I'm gonna get a little bit close. I dab it along my whole face. I used to be the person that I don't know, mix it on their hand, but that gets rid of a lot of products. So I just do dabs, and then I just take like a couple of fingertips and I rub it in. I rub it in all over my skin, and then make sure you're doing your neck too. Because you want your neck to age the same way as your face. You don't want it to look weird whenever you're older. So make sure you do that. When that's all rubbed in, I go with, go in. I hate that I say that, but I use the Ceramide AF eye balm. It is another eye cream. This is a little bit thicker as well, which is why I use it at night. So I just do a single pump. I always do it on my middle finger and my ring finger. Honestly, that's it for both eyes, because a little bit goes a really long way. So I always do that. I always dab with my middle and then rub with my ring because I have the least amount of power in my ring finger, so you're not gonna like mush your skin around. And then I always just do a little bit in circular motions. If I have a little more on one side, I'll supplement it. And that is it. It's not super complicated, but honestly, like I said, with the products that I use, they work really well together. So I am a notorious use the same brand for everything kind of person. I wasn't always that way. However, it's just so much easier and it works better for me. So in the winter, fall and winter during the day, my routine is very similar. I just use different products. So first and foremost, the cream that I use is the Protini Polypeptide. Works the same way as the Lala Retro. You just pump it down, push it down, and a pump will come out. It's enough for your whole face. This is a little bit thinner, which is why I like using it during the day, because it doesn't feel as heavy. The Lala Retro is a whipped, so it does feel heavier, like I said earlier. But I really like using this during the day because it just feels a little bit lighter on my skin. However, in the summertime, I use this at night, and then I use the Be Hydra hydrating serum during the day, because this is a really light on my skin. And because it's so hot, sometimes I feel like I'm sweating this off. So I use this because it is a little bit lighter. It's just kind of all dependent on what your skin agrees with. I just have found by trial and error, this works for me. So that's what I'm continuing to do. Now in my moisturizer for the day, I also mix a vitamin C serum. So same deal, I put a pump of it in it, mix it together, and put it on together. That way I don't have that layer. Like if you've ever used a vitamin C serum, they can feel really sticky on your skin sometimes. I haven't really found one that hasn't felt so sticky, but this helps eliminate some of the stickiness. Now it is 100% optional to use like serums and vitamin C's and things like that. Like that is completely up to you. Like I said, that's just what I found that is working for my skin. Like I have some, occasionally, it depends on what's going on with it. I have really weird hormonal acne patches here, and usually they're like cover most of my cheek. They have been going away because I've been so consistent with my skincare routine and of the products that I'm using, so they're working, so I'm going to continue to use them. And then lastly, during the day I also use a vitamin C eye cream. This same thing, it's a little bit lighter than this one, but it's got vitamin C in it, so it kind of helps brighten, wake everything up a little bit as well. So that's usually always the morning. The other one's always usually the evening, no matter what, summer or winter, but usually those don't change. But the moisturizer definitely does change depending on the season. The last thing that I use is the TLC Baby Facial. This is a once a week at most face mask. So it actually helps resurface and get rid of all the crap underneath your skin. So that way, like, it resurfaces and makes your skin really good. Like, it helps get rid of dead skin, helps get rid of dirt and trapped oils and everything. It can be really intense on your skin. So if you feel it tingling, don't let it sit on for longer than like 10 minutes anyway. But if you feel it start to tingle or it's burning, wash it off. Start with smaller increments. You don't need a thick coat of it. Honestly, a really thin layer goes a really long way. So I wouldn't do more than that. But I do this once a week, sometimes once every 10 days, depending on, you know, the season and what's going on. If I feel especially dirty, but like I do not use it more than once a week because it's such an intense product on your skin. The last thing that I use on my skin is a lash serum. So I use this every other day, only in the evening. This one's from Grande Lash. I have used ones like Latisse, like prescription ones. However, I found this works just as well. It's half the price, and you can get it at Ulta, Sephora, you know, probably not like a drugstore like a Walgreens or CVS or anything, but you can find it a lot easier than you can find a dermatologist that's willing to prescribe you Latisse. So I definitely really recommend this product. I found that tracking through my alopecia over the past couple of years, my lashes seem to cycle out in the wintertime. I'm not really sure why. They just do. So this really helps me keep them so they don't actually fall out. I don't lose them. I don't have to wear false eyelashes if I don't want to. But me consistently using this helped get them a little bit thicker. Not much, but for someone like me, it helps a lot. So here's what the brush looks like. It's really thin. I know you can kind of see that. And I just do one swipe across my eyelids. Just the top ones. You do not need to do the bottoms. But one dip in is plenty for both eyelids. So that's what we're going to do. I have to get really close to do this because I can't see. But just right along the lash line, just a little bit. Not real heavy. Because you guys can kind of see that I don't have a lot of lashes here for some reason. Don't really know why. It's just the way my lashes cycle out. This eye's pretty normal. This one's weird. For the longest time, I didn't have lashes on this bottom eyelid at all. So I don't know. I'm guessing this stuff is helping. But it's really helped me keep my lashes over the last couple of years. I haven't had them cycle out in the wintertime in probably like, I think 3 or 4 years since I started using this. But you don't want a lot on your lid because it's going to get in your eye. It's going to feel heavy. Just a quick swipe along both. Like I said, when you initially start using it, do it every night for 3 months. And then this is a 3-month supply. if you do it every night. And then if you do it every other night, it's a 6-month supply. So, and then I just do every other night just to keep up with it, to keep my lashes. If I'm noticing that they're thinning a little bit, then I will continue to do every night after that, but just kind of feel it out. Depends on what you think. My cat made an appearance. Is she gonna jump on the counter? Yep, there she is. Like I said earlier, guys, I know a lot of these products are expensive, but they last me a really long time because I don't use a ton of product, even though I do use stuff twice a day. But I completely understand that not everybody is able to spend the money on skincare. So there are some really great alternatives to these types of products, and you don't have to use everything. I would recommend at the bare minimum, especially if you're over the age of like 25, 26, start using an eye cream. I know it sounds crazy. My mom told me to start doing it, and I'm really glad she did. So start using an eye cream if you're about 25, 26, even if it's just a cheap one, just to get something around your eye. Definitely use a moisturizer and wash your face. You don't have to wash it twice a day, but at least wash it in the evening before you go to bed and put your dirty face on your pillow from the day. Anything will work. These are the products that work for my skin type. I have pretty normal skin. Sometimes it's normal to dry in the wintertime, but I typically don't have oily skin. Usually if it's oily, something's going on with my skin. So that's honestly a dime a dozen. So at the bare minimum, try to do at least a moisturizer and a face wash. Eye cream I would definitely recommend. If you can't, that's okay. That's fine, but at least you're taking care of your skin. And most importantly, always wear sunscreen. I know it sounds crazy. Even if you're just going out to run errands and go grocery shop, put sunscreen on. Doesn't have to be a crazy sunscreen like a spray on your face. Just get something that's made for your face. Even if you just get it at the drugstore, put sunscreen on all the time, every time. Doesn't matter. I think all in all, ever since I started losing my hair, I definitely have become more of a psychopath with my skincare routine because I want to take care of my skin. Just because, I mean, who doesn't want to take care of their skin? But I'm definitely more focused on it now because I have something that, you know, isn't focusable. So I definitely kind of hyper focus on my skincare. So these are great products. I really, really love them. I think Drunk Elephant is a really great brand. That's just me personally. Like I said, I know they are one of the more expensive brands, but over the years I have found they work really well on my skin. So I'm going to stick with them and continue using them. If you guys decide to use them, great. You know, welcome to the club, but if not, that's fine. That's okay. Find something that works for you. Even if you have to go into your local like Sephora, Ulta, whatever it is, and ask them. Like, if you know what your skin type is, ask them. If you're not sure, ask them. Say, like, they'll ask you some follow-up questions and say, you know, what's your skin like? Are you prone to acne? Because based on that, they might recommend products that are different. I just know that these work for me. Like I said earlier, I will link all of these products that I use in the description. They'll probably be from Ulta.com, so don't be surprised if you see a whole bunch of Ulta links. If you want to try anything from this brand specifically, I would recommend at the very least the Jelly Cleanser and probably the Protini Polypeptide, because this does last a really long time. If you don't like a heavier moisturizer or something that's a little heavy, definitely go with the Be Hydra instead. But at the bare minimum, I would try those out. If you are an alopecian and having issues with your eyelashes, this was a godsend. So absolutely 100% recommend this. That's just me personally. But if you have any questions about them, let me know. Thank you guys for sticking around with me once again. I sincerely appreciate it. If you want to get a hold of me, you know the drill. My Instagram is at thatonebaldchick, or you can send me an email at thatonebaldchick412@gmail.com. And I definitely check both pretty religiously. So if you have any questions, best way to reach me. Thanks guys, until next time.